Mike Del Tufo, which of these comedians has he not seen perform in person? Should I ask that poll question of Justin Herbert, who doesn't know you from Adam, like many people? Like maybe Justin has a better idea. I mean, he was one of the most accurate guys on the gridiron all season long.
He might nail this.
He's the offensive rookie of the year. And he joins us here on the Rich Eisen Show. How are you, Justin?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
I'm doing fine. Do you have a teammate that everybody loves but few people understand, Justin?
That's a good question. There's a couple of them.
Okay.
I would say probably Dan Feeney is one of those guys that, you see the mullet, you see the sunglasses, but he's a great teammate and a great friend.
Okay, and so that's how I would describe my my audio executive, as he likes to be known, Mike Del Tufo. Do you want to take a shot at his poll question, Justin? You want to just give an answer, even though you don't know him? Go ahead, read it.
I'd love to. I'd love to give it a shot.
Okay, thank you, Justin. I appreciate it. Mike, you bet you didn't think the offensive rookie of the year of the National Football League, one of the most talented young players in the NFL, would actually go ahead and ask him the question. Mike, go ahead and ask him.
I've seen all but one of these comedians in person perform: Sam Kinison, Eddie Murphy, Andrew Dice Clay, George Carlin.
Which one did he not see perform in person? Which one has he never seen in person?
Eddie Murphy.
Dead on.
Come on! Yes!
Come on. He knows me. See?
Herbert.
Dead on.
Herbert! You got it right!
Yes!
Boy, you're on a roll, Justin.
Life is good for Justin Herbert right now.
I got lucky there. That was
That was incredible.
So all you got to do is get
luck. Is a resident of design, Justin. Look, unfortunately, though, there's no trophy for you. It's just respect. A lot of respect from us. A lot of respect. So, congratulations.
That's good enough for me.
Okay, very good. How's life for you? What do you do right now? Like, what's your day filled with other than calling into this show? Justin, what do you got?
So I actually flew back down to Los Angeles, and I'm here back training, so I'll be running, lifting, throwing here in the next couple of weeks. And, it's been nice to have a little time off. I wish we could have been playing over the past couple of months, but watching a lot of football and just kind of hanging out. So it's been nice.
What did you think of Super Bowl 55? Where did you watch it, I guess? Where did you see it?
I watched it back home in Eugene, Oregon with my parents. And obviously Tom Brady is an incredible player, and what he's been able to do over dozens of years has been incredibly impressive. And he's a competitor, and he finds a way to win. And, whether he's down or whether he's up, he's the same quarterback, and I think that's what's best about him.
So did you have a quick chit-chat with Brady on the field when you saw him earlier this regular season after you played? You balled out in that game but did not come away with the W. But I'm just wondering what that was like for you.
Yeah, it was just a quick talk. He tapped me on the shoulder, and I turned around, and he's one of those guys that I looked up to and watched my entire life. So it was really cool to be able to talk with him, and I just told him good luck the rest of the way, and he ended up having a pretty incredible year. So it was really cool to get to know him.
But so did you, Justin. The NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year award, where you have a photograph of you holding it up at the NFL Honors right there in SoFi, which is your home field. What if I had told you before the beginning of the season, when you weren't even starting, that you were going to win that? What would you have said to me?
It would have been tough to believe, honestly, and that's something that Coach Pat Hamilton and I we kind of talked about before the year, and the plan wasn't to play this year, and he told me, Justin, we don't really know if or when you're going to go in, but if that happens, you need to be ready. And whether that was in week 1, week 8, or week 15, it was all the same. And so our preparation for that week was the same, and we studied and we worked hard. And so when that time came, week 2, that I was able to go in and play and have some fun.
Well, and then, you've got an interesting 2021 season coming up, because very rarely does a rookie quarterback perform like you performed. And then the coaching staff changes. Normally, they bring in a coaching staff because the rookie quarterback hasn't performed up to the way that they had hoped. You did. So what was your reaction when, you mentioned, I've heard you in many interviews. I interviewed you, earlier on Super Sunday as well. You mentioned Pep Hamilton quite a few times. He's not going to be there. What did you think of when the coaching staff changed, Justin?
Yeah, it's obviously a tough situation. And I got really close with Coach Lynn, Coach Steichen, and Coach Pep Hamilton, and they were all instrumental in our success, and definitely tough, but I think the staff that they're bringing in, I really believe in them as well. And this locker room, it's pretty special. And there's a lot to look forward to here.
Well, I mean, you also have a rare situation where your new coach is hired after he had a remarkable season coordinating the defense, and he's a former quarterback in Brandon Staley, 2 years at Dayton. How much quarterbacking have you already talked to your head coach about, Justin?
He's been pretty impressive. We've only talked a few times, and it's kind of been more about offense. And I'm sure quarterback play is something I'll have to ask him about later on. But no, he's been really smart, and just being able to talk with him, he's exciting. He brings the energy, and I've heard plenty of good things about him.
Yeah, I know. I mean, again, 2 years at Dayton playing quarterback, so it's fascinating. So he's got clearly, obviously, somebody who coordinated a defense that was so terrific, like the Rams, and he can talk the language to you too at quarterback.
Yeah, I think that's probably one of the best parts. And he's been able to play pretty much on both sides of the ball, and he knows so much about the game that if I do have questions about offense or defense, he's going to be able to answer them. And I think that part's really exciting, and I'm really looking forward to that.
And Justin, if you do bring the Lombardi Trophy to Los Angeles for the Chargers, which is what the goal obviously is, it'll be because in many ways that you and his grandson can get together coordinating in the offense. Joe Lombardi is your new OC. I had heard that you were going to reach out to Breeze to chit-chat about him because he comes from the Saints staff. Have you done that already?
I have not done that yet, but that's still on the plan. He'd be one of those guys that would be great to be able to talk with and learn from. And he's had so much success over the decades that if I didn't reach out to him, that'd be on me. And I think he works out down in San Diego, so that's not too far away. And hopefully I don't bother him too much, but that definitely helped me a lot.
Justin Herbert here on the Rich Eisen Show. So what are your goals for 2021? Are you someone who writes them down? Do you write these things down? Are you one of those types that writes them down?
I think I have. I think for this year, it's probably more so to master the playbook and to be a better quarterback than I was this past year. And there are plenty of things that I need to improve on. And if I can master this playbook that we'll get in the next couple of weeks, and know that when I get up to the line of scrimmage and I see a certain coverage, a certain pressure, I'm able to get to a better play. And I think that part of the quarterback play is really what puts your team in a position to win.
And in 2020, did you have a moment where you're like, okay, I think I can handle this. I think I'm ready for this. I think I got it. Was it in that emergency first start, or was it some other time?
I think it was later on in the year. There were a couple times when we were playing the Raiders that you see the rotation of the safeties, and you're able to kind of look off defenders, and I think that's when you really understand, maybe you can play at this level. And things kind of slowed down during those plays, and obviously I'd love for that to happen every single play, but it's not always going to go that way. But it was a lot of fun this year. So
there was a time where, okay, I was able to do this sort of next level thing, and sort of the pieces were slowing down. You do have a recollection of something like that, huh?
Yeah, exactly. And I remember coming off the sideline and talking to my coach about it, because they were in a single high safety, and we wanted it for two high safety. And I saw the rotation, and I looked off the linebacker, and I told the coaches, because I was pretty proud of that. And I think it was just one of those moments that I realized that there's a possibility and that I can play at this level.
And then what about a moment where you're like, oh my God, that was a very long Sunday? Like I don't know or I got to go back to the drawing board a little bit. Is there one of those too?
Yeah, there were a couple of those this year, and I think the earliest one was probably the Carolina game when I dropped back and I stayed too deep in my drop, and I was at about 10 yards, and Brian Burns just came around the edge and knocked the ball out, and you just kind of have to live through that and learn through it, and you have to be better in the pocket, and you have to have a feel for it, and that's just one of those things that I really didn't do a whole lot at Oregon. So it's experience, and it was definitely a teaching moment for me.
Who hit you the hardest? What was the hardest hit you took in your Offensive Rookie of the Year campaign?
It was the Kansas City game, the first game, when I was running to the sideline, and it was 3rd and short, and I thought I could get the first down, and I should have just gone out of bounds. But I took a hit on from a linebacker, and we both collided on the sideline. And that kind of taught me maybe it's time to start sliding and running out of bounds.
Sometimes you got to take the hits to learn the hard way. All right, Justin. Exactly. Well, this is a fun chat, as always. When you came on the last time, you had just gotten your hair cut by your strength and conditioning coach, John Lott. I told you that was your rookie mistake, and that's the only rookie mistake you were allowed to make, and you'd be cool with that. But I got to tell you, I'm looking at the photograph of you with your trophy, the Offensive Rookie of the Year trophy. I must admit, it's going in pretty well. It's not too shabby.
Well, I appreciate that, and obviously it was a tough couple of weeks with really short hair. But the best part about it is that it'll grow back, and the long hair will come back. So I'm looking forward to it.
So that is the plan. That is in the plan that the long hair is coming back.
Yeah, that is the plan.
Okay, because right now, I mean, I got to tell you, it does already have the flow. It sits nicely. I don't know if I should send an apology to John Lott. You know, I texted him, and he kind of gave me grief for saying what I said. Maybe I should send him here in Los Angeles. You know, that can be a very lucrative career here in Los Angeles.
No, it's all good. He understands it, and it was funny because we did it in the weight room, and so I thought that was perfect for the strength and conditioning coach to cut it in the weight room. And so it was funny, and I thought we had to switch things up, so it worked out.
Okay. Hey, Justin, I asked your coach because, you know, NFL Network's moving into your building, you know, if it's possible that I could, because I asked him how the parking situation was. He said that with the Rams, they would just take the bus in from, I guess, Thousand Oaks. He wouldn't even know what the parking situation. What about you? Is there a parking situation I should know about at SoFi before I start coming to work on Sundays?
We just normally park in this lot out by the side, and then we kind of shuttle in through golf carts. So if you're going to go a route, that's a pretty nice route to go.
Okay. All right. And on game days that the Rams are playing and I'm coming to work, can I park in the spot that says Jay Herbert? Can I do that?
If I had a spot, you could take it,
What?
but I unfortunately don't have my own spot.
What? How do you not have your own spot? What's going on?
Come on.
Are you serious?
Maybe that's something coming in the next couple of years, but I'm all right with the spots that I get.
Look, you are the offensive rookie of the year, Justin Herbert. And I know that, you know, you have lived in Southern California enough to know that this is crucial. Parking is like, that's the way of life around here. Driving, high occupancy vehicle lane to be able to, you know, to do it by yourself and get to work on time. Come on. Can I help? Can I help at all? What do you think?
Yeah, honestly, that's a great question because honestly, it might be tougher next year.
Yeah.
Maybe hopefully we have fans by that time, so maybe the parking lot will be a little more full.
Correct. And we are coming. NFL Network is coming. That's hundreds of employees. We're coming. It's going to be a logjam. You got to get on this. Okay?
We'll have to be sure to do that.
Okay, good, Justin. I just want to leave you in a better spot. And congratulations on getting the impossible correct, which was Mike Del Tufo's poll question, which I still don't understand. So congratulations. Congrats, bud. You take care of yourself, okay?
Thank you, guys. Always a pleasure.
You're the man. Thanks. That's Justin Herbert, everybody. At Justin Herbert on Instagram. Los Angeles Chargers quarterback. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.